the Paul George teams, and now these teams have all gotten to multiple conference finals. Joel Embiid has never played in a conference final. Tyrese Halliburton is now on a second one. But Daryl Morey is the greatest executive out there. No, you know what? Indiana is awesome in how they're built. Indiana deserves so much credit, and they're not going to get it because the Cavs are the story. But Indiana, having great players, having cast-offs, having athletes, the way in which they run up and down the court, they're the most fun watch in the league. But again, Daryl Morey tells you he's better than everybody. Anyway, how you guys doing? I don't know
how we got the Sixers in there.
Was that your I'm over it early?
Right?
I don't even think Pat disagrees, and he's a Sixers fan. You'd much rather the people running the Pacers than the people running the Sixers right now. It's not close.
Correct. I completely agree.
Thank you. Okay, now, let's just cut to the chase here. I think we all, on our show, all of us, are fans of Donovan Mitchell.
Absolutely.
Donovan Mitchell's also never been to a conference final. I have to point that out, but we're all fans of Donovan Mitchell.
Thank God he played last night.
Donovan Mitchell is awesome on the court. Donovan Mitchell's awesome off the court. Donovan Mitchell is the kind of guy you want as a face of your franchise. I don't think anyone would debate that. I think it's an insult to Donovan Mitchell if the question that I am going to ask you guys is anything but yes. Has the Cavs season been a failure? And the reason I say it's an insult is because then you're telling me you don't believe he's that good.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's a huge failure. When you win, 64 games, and you have the regular season that you had, the expectations are different. The standard gets raised. Our respect for you goes up a notch. Just like you mentioned, Evan, we look at Donovan Mitchell and we say we think that they can win because we believe he's a superstar and we trust him when he has the ball in his hands. And for them to go out like this to the Pacers, I know that they've dealt with injuries, but so has everybody else. At this stage, some teams more banged up than others, surely. But you expect a team who is this good in the regular season to be able to beat the Pacers and get to the conference finals.
Yeah, the season been a failure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, think about how the season started. 15-0. There have been 6 teams to start 13-0 or better in NBA history. All of them got to the championship rounds. All of them. This is absolutely a failure. And the way that it went down, you lost 3 straight home games. I couldn't believe this stat when I saw it, but Donovan Mitchell is the 3rd player in NBA history to score 30-plus points in a losing effort in 3 straight home playoff games. Ooh. It's the first time in a postseason where the Cavs have lost 3 home games in a series. It's an embarrassment. And so I get that Donovan Mitchell was in his feelings at the postgame presser yesterday talking about the things that the media is going to say about him, but guess what? You earned that. Just like you earn all of the regular season accolades, Defensive Player of the Year and Coach of the Year and all of those other things that come along with having 64-win season. You deserve all the slings and arrows that you're going to get right now. And I get it. Donovan Mitchell wasn't healthy. Give him credit. Give him a medal. He went out there. Even last night in the game, you saw he had to leave the game for a period of time because that ankle/calf was bothering him. Nobody is going to criticize the heart of Donovan Mitchell.
Never.
But I do think it's fair to ask difficult questions about the supporting cast. I do think it's fair to criticize Darius Garland today. The guy that's talking about, oh, you don't know what players' bodies go through. Well, guess what, Darius Garland? Nobody is 100% at this time of year. Not nobody. That's what playoff basketball is all about. So to sit there and talk about what your body is going through and how hard it is and people not understanding the plight of the professional athlete, bro, we don't care. We don't care. This is a results business, professional sports. It's a results business. Did you get it done or not? And the Cavs didn't get it done. And that's why they're going to be criticized, and they deserve it.
Donovan Mitchell spoke post-game. A couple of comments here to play for everybody. Number 1, on losing Game 5 to the Pacers.
Y'all gonna write us the off, man. But we'll be back. Let City down, let each other down. We'll be back.
Okay, obviously not thrilled. He also discussed the team and whether or not they're tough enough to win a championship.
I mean, I've been doing this 8 years, and I've been in the same round 8 years. These things aren't easy. Just when you think you've gotten somewhere, there's another level. We took a step, but we didn't take 2. We took 1. And getting beat down like this, and y'all are going to write some about us, man. And that's going to be fuel for everybody. Y'all going to say a lot of y'all are. And that's what it takes. I've been here.
So, yeah, Smalls, go ahead.
Well, he's saying to the media, you guys are going to write a bunch of bleep. But isn't that fair that the media points things out like this? Points out, as Rick Carlisle did, that the Pacers weren't favored in any of these games. The lowest point spread was 5.5. The expectations were for you to win. So I don't think it's writing bleep or talking about bleep. I think it's pointing out the facts. I think it's emphasizing that because you were so good, the expectations were that you would be able to handle the Pacers. I don't think that's disrespectful. As you said, Evan, I think it's quite the opposite. I think it's the ultimate sign of respect that we watched your team and your game specifically this season and thought that you could make it to the finals, and you didn't execute and get it done. So if they want to somehow manipulate what the postmortem is going to be on this team and use it as fuel for next season, good. I hope it gets you further in the playoffs. But I don't think the criticism is unwarranted today.
Yeah, I think they're missing one thing, and it's not a great basketball X's and O's take. I think they're missing dogs, like DAWGS, like how a lot of the players. I mean, Udonis Haslem hopefully is going to join us later in the show. ESPN NBA analyst and member of the Miami Heat for 20 years. Like he said that they have a kennel, and they just have a bunch of dogs in that organization, right? And now when your dogs like that play like dogs, and Donovan does, like Wade or Shaq or whoever or Zoe, like that's when you're at your best. Right?
So the Cavs need to follow the yellow brick road and go to see the Wizard so they can get a heart? Is that what we're doing?
I don't know if it's that. I mean, they have a guy.
They have one. That's not enough.
Oh, no, I have another guy on their team that they have. He doesn't play, and people don't even realize he's on the team.
We're talking about we need guys on the court to be dogs.
No, but they won a title with Tristan Thompson. He was a dog for LeBron.
No doubt. I'm not arguing Tristan Thompson.
And he's on the team.
Done that.
But he's not in his prime, obviously.
Yeah, not that same version.
So
of
the
himself.
question becomes with this team, 64 wins, great players all across the board. Do you take a couple of them and you make some moves here and you go and look for a dog, so to speak? Go and look for a butt kicker. I mean, is that what you're looking for? Or you just
in order to get something, you got to give up something. So who's the piece that's expendable? Who are you going to use in order to try to acquire that, quote, dog?
The logical pieces would be Darius Garland and Jared Allen, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to trade Donovan Mitchell. You're not going to trade Evan Mobley.
No.
I know that, Cece, you and I both love DeAndre Hunter. It's ridiculous to even, you put him in a bigger role next year, not in the sixth man role.
No.
Right? I mean, Strus is not going to get you much in return.
No, see, here's the thing. I actually love the idea of having the double big as a lineup that you can throw at opponents. So I would be hesitant to move on from Jared Allen. I would want to keep him and Evan Mobley together. To me, the piece that you look at is Darius Garland because it feels a bit redundant having him and Donovan Mitchell in the same backcourt. All of a sudden now, defensively, your bigs have to cover up a lot for, the dribble penetration that those guys are going to allow because they're not, those dominant perimeter defenders. So I think that's the piece that you would look to move off of. I just don't know what that's going to net you in return in terms of the player, the personality that you want to add to that locker room. But it's clear that they're missing something, and it's not a talent issue. It is a chemistry issue, and it is a sports character issue. And when you lose 3 straight home games in the fashion that they lost them, that is wildly disappointing, and that opens the door for drastic change. There are some times where you have to stay the course, and continuity is a good thing. We saw that last year with the Boston Celtics. That was the championship that you always call it, Smalls.
Yeah.
The Indiana Pacers, their front office decided to stay the course. They're back in the conference finals, and that's a team that we have to take seriously as a title contender. But I don't think this Cavs team are those teams. I think they have to make a drastic move in order to take that next step.
All right. You asked for it.
Are you on the trade machine?
Yeah, I think I may have figured it out already. I don't know if these
go.
These are not necessarily guys in the prime, but
What do you got for us?
If you're going to trade Garland, would you try to do it for a move? Let's just say, for argument's sake, to Washington for Middleton and Marcus Smart, Chris Middleton and Marcus Smart. They're at the tail end of their careers. Middleton's you need to do other things.
But you got that personality you're talking about.
My point is, Marcus Smart will fight Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting I want a fight. I'm suggesting I want to have somebody on my team that may start a fight.
Yeah, like a Dylan Brooks.
Yes.
That's the kind of guy that you're looking to
And
bring
you
in.
want that mentality to permeate.
Yeah, the best version of Draymond is that. We just don't get that all the time, and that's where he leaves himself open to criticism. Marcus Smart was that guy for the Celtics.
I mean, Lou Dort for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
100%.
Everybody
even Hartenstein. They have a few of them.
You got to have a couple of bullies out there.
Who was the bully on the Cavs?